We as humans are social beings. From the moment we are born, our survival, learning, and emotional well-being are deeply tied to the people around us. But what's happening in our brains when we connect with others? How do we recognize emotions, feel empathy, or form relationships? In this video, we'll explore the neuroscience of social behavior, what drives our ability to interact, and how the brain shapes our social world. We spoke with Dr. Katrina Choe, an expert in neurobiology of social behavior, to gain insight into how this system works and what happens when it's disrupted. Why does social behavior even matter? Social behavior isn't just a convenience, it's a fundamental part of human survival. Dr. Choe explains that from infancy, we rely on caregivers for protection and learning. As we grow, our ability to form and maintain relationships helps us work together, care for others, and create strong communities. Our ability to care for our own offspring, as well as those in our own social groups, ensures the continued survival of our species. And without it, our survival and well-being would be much more difficult. But social behavior goes beyond just survival. It defines the human experience. Our ability to communicate, collaborate, and form meaningful relationships plays a major role in our emotional and psychological health. Research has shown that strong social connections can reduce stress, improve resilience, and even extend our lifespan. In contrast, social isolation has been linked to an increase in anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. In short, social interaction isn't just something we do, it shapes who we are, how we think, and how we thrive as individuals as a society. Before we dive in, take a moment to think about your last social interaction. Was it positive or negative? What emotions did you feel? Comment below and let's reflect on how our brains shape our experiences. Now, let's explore how the brain helps us navigate social interactions. Dr. Choe describes a system called the social salience network, which consists of key brain regions like the prefrontal cortex, amygdala, and nucleus accumbens. This system works by evaluating social information, or cues, and decides whether to encourage or discourage certain social behaviors based on the situation at hand. The prefrontal cortex plays a critical role in interpreting social information and regulating our responses, allowing us to engage in thoughtful decision-making. The amygdala is responsible for processing emotions, helping us recognize and react to feelings such as fear, joy, or empathy in others. The nucleus accumbens reinforces positive social interactions by processing social rewards, making social bonding and engagement enjoyable. Essentially, the social salience network shapes how we respond to and engage with the social world around us. Let's test your brain. Think of a time when you felt nervous in a social situation. Which part of your brain do you think was most active? Comment your guess below and keep watching to find out if you're right. Now, moving on to neurotransmitters and hormones in social behavior. Our social experiences are deeply influenced by neurochemicals that shape how we connect, respond, and engage with others. Oxytocin, often called the love hormone, fosters trust and bonding, strengthening relationships. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, reinforces positive social interactions, making them enjoyable and motivating us to maintain connections. Meanwhile, cortisol, a stress hormone, affects how we handle social situations under pressure. High levels can lead to anxiety or withdrawal, while balanced levels help regulate engagement. These chemicals work together, guiding our interactions from forming friendships to navigating conflicts. To think about this in another way, imagine social interactions as a game of catch. Oxytocin is like the trust that allows you to throw and catch comfortably with a partner. Dopamine is the excitement that makes you want to keep playing, and cortisol is the unpredictable wind. Too strong, and it disrupts the game, but just the right amount keeps you alert and engaged. Now, reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt a rush of happiness after a great conversation or tension before speaking in a group? Which of these neurochemicals do you think played a role? Now, moving on to Dr. Choe's research on social behavior and neurological conditions. Dr. Choe and her team investigate the molecular and circuit mechanisms underlying social behavior and how these processes are disrupted in psychiatric disorders like autism or ASD. Using a combination of traditional neuroscience methods, including molecular biology, brain activity recordings, and animal behavior studies, Alongside advanced techniques like optogenetics, high-resolution brain imaging, and functional MRI in mice, her lab examines how oxytocin influences social brain circuits. By studying mouse models of ASD-related gene mutations, they aim to identify factors that impair social interactions and uncover common biological pathways where different autism-linked mutations converge. So now, what happens when the brain's social circuits don't function as they should? That is exactly what Dr. Choe's lab is investigating in their research on ASD. In particular, they have focused on a gene called CatNap2, which has been identified as a major risk factor for ASD in humans. To better understand how this gene affects social behavior, they use a special mouse model called the CatNap2 knockout mouse. Essentially, a mouse where this gene is missing or knocked out. By studying these CatNap2 knockout mice, Dr. Choe's lab discovered something fascinating. Their social brain circuits show weaker connectivity, especially in regions involved in processing social cues and recognizing social rewards. This means these mice struggle with social interactions, much like some individuals with ASD. But here's where it gets even more interesting. When Dr. Choe and her team administered oxytocin to these mice, something incredible happened. Their brain connectivity improved, and their social interactions increased. This suggests that oxytocin plays a crucial role in strengthening social brain circuits, offering exciting possibilities for future ASD treatments. This kind of research is helping scientists understand the biological basis of conditions like ASD, paving the way for better therapies and interventions in the future. Exciting advancements in neuroscience are helping us study social behavior more closely. Dr. Choe mentioned that she is particularly excited about tools like optogenetics and high-resolution brain imaging, which allow scientists to map social brain circuits in incredible detail. These tools help researchers visualize and manipulate cellular and circuit activity, offering unprecedented insight into how the brain processes social interactions. High-resolution brain imaging techniques, such as functional MRI and light sheet microscopy, allow scientists to map whole brain activity patterns. Dr. Choe explains that researchers are particularly interested in using these techniques to study real-time social interactions in mice, which share many brain mechanisms for social behavior with humans. While it's not yet possible to simultaneously track whole brain activity in socially interacting mice, ongoing advancements in imaging technology could bring us closer to that reality. These breakthroughs could revolutionize our understanding of how the brain drives human interaction and may even lead to new ways to support individuals with social difficulties. So, what can we take away from this? Understanding how our brains shape social behavior can help us improve mental health interventions, strengthen teamwork, and even reduce stigma around conditions like ASD. Dr. Choe highlights the importance of research in identifying the biological mechanisms underlying social behavior, allowing scientists to explore more precise treatment options for those who struggle with social interactions. Applying this knowledge to our daily lives can help us become more empathetic, patient, and aware of the neurological diversity that shapes human behavior. By recognizing how brain chemistry and social networks function, we can create more inclusive and understanding communities. Advancements in neuroscience not only help us appreciate the complexity of social interactions, but also pave the way for more effective interventions that promote mental health and well-being. Overall, the science of social behavior is an exciting field that touches every aspect of our lives. As research continues, we'll uncover even more about how our brains drive human connection. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more science content. See you next time.